Hey, what's up? I was gonna plan on. We went to a hotel yesterday. I was planning on going live, but again, man, getting away, having peace and quiet, and enjoying time to ourselves. Man, I laid down on that freaking bed and crashed, and the Wi-Fi was like insane, so we didn't watch any TV. I was gonna do a video in the hotel because it looked good and all, but I was like, no, just not gonna do it that way. But so yeah, I'm trying not to go as live as much. Like I said, I'm not trying to push and promote the show as much. I'll wait till the official match gets recorded and done, and I'll start doing advertising then. But I'm leaving it at that. But man, life is very, 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 very crazy. 2 weeks ago, my friend Mike Vebert, aka Mike Sanders, I'm not sure if I did a video tribute show to him, but I might as well mention it here right now. Rest in peace, Mike Vebert. We've had our ups and downs as friends. We've had tons of memories together, off and on camera. We were friends. We met at Southside High School. We were friends. Off and on camera. He came on my show. He was on my backyard wrestling show. And then he sang a couple shows, and he was my co-host every once in a while. And we go ride our bikes every Friday, Saturday after work, after school, and we go riding down to Glenbrook Mall. Because again, he lived off Butler Street. Where did I live at the time? I lived all over Fort Wayne. Lived on Stonefoot Avenue, Williams, Webster, Washington Boulevard. So several places I've lived at, but I don't know which place I was living at the time. Dewald. But we used to go riding bikes, hanging out and stuff like that too. And then a mutual friend of ours, which was our first ever wrestling manager. She is a female, first ever wrestling manager on our show. And I seen on her Facebook, rest in peace, Mike Vebert. I'm like, holy crap, what's going on here? So I found out he passed away. So yeah, rest in peace to him. I might as well put this on YouTube because again, I'm not sure if because I normally do tributes. Again, like I said, with me not doing shows anymore, I just, I post stuff on YouTube and Facebook now. Yeah, granted, I got a show coming up with my teacher. What's up, Becky? Granted, I got a show coming up with my teacher coming up in a couple weeks. I got my teacher, Mr. Stringfellow, coming in on my show. I was going to have him come in on my anniversary show just to, hey, I'm Mr. Stringfellow, I'm proud of Jeff or whatever, etc. But he's like, I'll just come to Fort Wayne to do it. So I was like, we'll do a half-hour show. So I'm going to interview my teacher, Mr. Stringfellow, on April 4th. Or not April 4th, sorry, May 4th. So he's want to come from down to Detroit. Oh, that means a lot. So, yeah. But as I was saying, my friend Mike passed away. And, like kind of numbed me. I'm like, man, a lot of people around me has been passing away. And then yesterday, my aunt on my grandpa Landis's other marriage was posting about rest in peace, Amber Anderson, talking about memories and stuff that they had. And I'm like, wow, another person I know passed away. And me and Amber, we were pretty cool. Got along. She used to go to my grandpa's house, and I remember going swimming one time with Prayer, and then we were swimming, and they were drowning me, just joking around. And then one time, this was like back in 1996, 7, 8, 99, whatever 90s. I was at the mall. Because I remember my memories can be shit, but my memory can be good. So I was at the mall. I'm like, okay, cool, chilling, and then some girl just leans her arm on me. I'm like, who are you? Again, I haven't seen this person in years, and I'm like, wait, who are you? And it's like, oh, it's Amber. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So, when you have a random person that at first you didn't think you didn't know, put their arm around you, like, wait, who are you? I'm not trying to be a dick. It wasn't trying to be mean. I just didn't know at the time. Like, again, with me doing TV, man, a lot of crazy things happened to me before. But again, I thought that was just some random person that knew me from TV and just had to put their arm around me. Like, oh, it's me, Amber. Do you remember? Like, oh, okay. So, yeah. And then, my ex was married to a friend of mine. She was a friend of the family that had Eddie's. And I was like, oh. And then, yeah. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. Didn't know that. And then, flashback, fast forward to, what was it? I think it was like, oh, damn. Sorry, I'm just reading something. I'll read that when I get done. But anyways, and then a couple of years ago, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, she, you know how you around somebody's timeline, on their wall, and she's like, "Oh, I just seen Jeff Landis at I just seen you on Powers. I just seen you on Wayne TV at Powers Hamburgers," and that was like a year ago. And another person I was BT, I was feuding with. I'm not going to get into detail with that because it's like if you mention that word, if you mention that guy's name, he's gonna come back and haunt you. And she messaged me about how he got arrested and he was in Florida. He got arrested for something. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then she said, I'll dig up some more stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, it's a nutshell, man. Two of my friends that I knew passed away. And if I was depressed right now, which I'm not, I'm just trying to move forward and be happy and try to do me. But as I was saying before, um, sometimes I'd be like, you know what? I wish it was me instead of my friends. And I said the same thing with my dad and my grandma when they passed. But yeah, man, cherish your moments with your kids. Cherish moments with their friends and your family. We live in this cold-hearted world where people don't give a shit, man. They're all about themselves. Like I said recently, I've been blessed, and I've been blessing people back. That's helped me out. People that's done me right. People that has not ghosted me. Like tomorrow, I'm giving one of my friends one of my most prized possessions. Not that I'm gonna do anything crazy, just because I'm giving away. Lately, I've been giving away some of my big possessions that I have because I've been getting renewing, buying new. But I've been giving some of my possessions away, my important possessions. So I know when people do that, they're like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you gonna do something crazy?" No. It's just I just feel like it's time for me to bless my friends back who's been there for me. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. See you later.